Welcome to this session of product design and value engineering. In today's session, we'll talk about product design for manufacturing and assembly, and in which we'll talk about engineering ethics, social, and some other issues related to design. In previous lecture, remember that we have covered design for safety and sound, vibration, and vision and illumination and such issues. Today we are talking about some more issues which are not related to engineering or technicalities of the product, but which are related to ethics, legal aspects, and society related. Okay. So first of all, let us discuss legal factors of product design, which can be legal impacts of your design. The first one is you should be considerate about trademarks. You should not use trademarks in your product because trademarks are owned by different organizations and they are sole property of those organizations only. So make sure that you do not use trademarks. Now we know that there are many examples of trademarks, but I have given this Tata Pipes as an example. So this Tata Pipes is here we can see that there is written in small letter TM, which is shows that this is a trademark. So we cannot use Tata pipes in our pipes. You cannot design some pipes and name it Tata pipes because that Tata pipe is a trademark and it is owned by someone else. Also, these are these logos, we cannot use the logos. The Apple logo is owned by Apple Incorporation, and other than Apple Incorporation, no one should be legally use this logo. So if you are designing a product, try to avoid using these trademarks or copyrights which are owned by someone else. Also, when you are designing a product, you should consider this patent protection law. What this basically is that if a product design is copyrighted or patented by someone, the other organizations cannot use it because this is property of someone else. And if you use same design which is patented, then there will be legal implications of it. So make sure that you avoid these legal complications while designing your product because these legal complications will only bring loss to you. There is no profit in fighting a costly lawsuit or uh, and ultimately it will also affect the brand value of yours also. We remember that there was a case of Samsung fighting Apple for legal reasons, and ultimately what it brings it that the one who is fighting for the patent gets an upper hand. So if Apple has an original design and Samsung copies the design, then what will happen in the court is Apple will say that okay, this is my design. Samsung will argue that we have not entirely copied the design, and no matter who wins, it doesn't matter who wins in the court. But what public will see is that Apple had a superior design and Samsung was unable to create a better design, and Samsung is an incompetent company so that it has to copy its competitors design. Are you saying what I am trying to achieve by this example, that if you are copying someone else's product, it ultimately proves that you are not technically enough sound your company is not capable technically enough to even make their own design, and people will no longer will have trust in your designs. People will ultimately think that okay, the other company is making original designs, so that we should opt for the company's design which are original, because they are making sound designs, they have sound research and development teams, and they will give us some better products. So be sure that while we are fighting for this legal issue, it is not about just laws, or it is not about just court case, but it is also about the brand value and reputation in the market. So there will be legal issues while designing the product. Then there will be some social factors also. Now social factors are due to your product has an implications in society. Your product has some impact in society, because ultimately people will use your product, and due to that uh, the product will have some impact in society. These social factors can be uh, either controlled by government, such as rules regarding FDI. So FDI is foreign direct investment, and in India, if a foreign company wants to invest money, then there are rules for this investment. Why there are these rules? To make sure that uh, foreign companies cannot control Indian economy, to make sure that Indian economy mostly controlled and governed by Indians, and we do not be dependent solely on some foreign investment. So for that, these are rules of foreign direct investment, or FDI. Also, the government might restrict import on some product. Why? Because to protect domestic industry, to make sure that our Indian industry survive in the market, government puts some restriction on import, or they increase the import duty, so that the domestic companies have some edge over the foreign products or imported goods. This is to make sure that our people, our society also thrives and also grows economically, and the local entrepreneurs and local business ventures have some advantages, some edge over foreign, some edge over imported products, so that we can survive in this global competitive market. So these are the factors. Then there will be there can be some political reasons also. So there can be ban on product due to political reasons. We are seeing these big movements for boycotting Chinese goods. Why this uh, 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 entire protest is there for boycotting Chinese goods? Because there is some political situations between India and China, and we as a society decided that okay, we are not using these products because of these political reasons. So this also be the factor for uh, a considered factor while you design your product. If you are designing a product which mainly focuses on Chinese market, then you should be aware that there are risks about your product being either boycotted by Chinese people, as we are boycotting Chinese products. Obviously, Chinese people will boycott our products, or the Chinese government might restrict the Indian product. So you should consider these social implications also while designing a product. Also, there will be product banned due to religious reasons also. We know that McDonald's is a burger making company and it is famous for its beef burger. But due to reasons, this beef burger is banned in India. And even we see that McDonald's have designed some burgers for Indian markets only. So why they have to design these products for specific market? Due to these social factors? Because India is a different society, it is a different culture, and if you want to thrive in Indian market, you should consider the Indian culture, Indian social factors while designing your products as well. So this can be the social factors while designing a product. Now there will be engineering ethics. If you have designed a product which is okay, which is good, technically sound, but it impacts people in some way or other, it impacts people adversely, not entire society maybe, but some people, some region of people are impacted badly due to your products. So you should make sure that you do not approve these products. Why? Because it is ethical to make sure that all people are safe and no one should be harmed by you, or no one should be harmed due to your products. If you know that your product is not safe or it might have some complications in future, so you should aware people about those complications and you should try to uh, stop the production if possible. This is engineering ethics. You try to achieve your profits while considering others safety as well. You, as per National Society of Professional Engineers, they said that engineers in the fulfillment of their professional duties shall hold paramount the safety, health and welfare of the public. So, and many other organizations have similar guidelines. So, all of that is related to this engineering ethics. That while you are making sure that your company is making profit, they are designing new products and all those are your professional duties. But you should first, consider safety, health, and welfare of the public. This is the paramount or main duty of an engineer. This is the ethical responsibility of every engineer to make sure that safety, health, and welfare of people are there and they should not be violated. Now we have seen many examples of engineering ethics, and whenever a company shows this ethical practice, people always appreciate it. Uh, so we have seen that while we are talking about engineering ethics, we should avoid products that harm society. We should focus on sustainable developments. That means we should focus on products that can be produced not only for 10 years or 20 years, but that can be produced for hundreds of years, because we want to keep on growing as a society and we want to make sure that each one of future generations have same resources available as we have. So sustainable development basically focuses on the development which can be sustained over hundreds and thousands of years. So if we are using wood from jungles, we should make sure that we are planting new trees also, such that so that the development is sustained over large number of years. If we are cutting 100 trees today, we should also plant 100 trees, so in next 10 years the future generation can also use the trees. This is what sustainable development is. Then if you are uh, building a big plant, then you should consider employing the locals, because your big plant will affect the locals. You have acquired lands of thousands of peoples. They do not have now lands which they used to have for agricultural purpose or for their business, or for their bread earning purposes. So if you have taken their resource of bed earning, you should also provide one, and you should employ the locals as far as possible. It is a part of engineering ethics, and it is the part of giving back to society. So you should consider the employment of the people around the plant, and it will also help to reduce the uh, what we can say, it is help to reduce the uh, their oppose. Normally what happens is locals tend to oppose big companies or big plants because their lands or their other resources might get altered or might get damaged. By employing the local, we can suppress or we can resolve to a situation where local will not oppose. Then environmental effect should be considered on nearby localities, and all should be considered while we are talking about engineering ethics. We see so many examples of engineering ethics in daily life. One of those example is Maruti Suzuki recalling Cias and Ertigas and other cars due to environmental reasons. What happened is there was some issue in in cars of Ciaz and Ertiga manufactured by Maruti, and Maruti identified this issue after selling so many number of cars. So what Maruti did is they called all their purchasers, their buyers, and they recalled 63,500 cars back to the factory. The cars they have sold, already sold, they called all those car back and they replaced those cars. Why Maruti have done such tedious task and have beared so many losses? Because of engineering ethics, because those cars which was sold had some issues which was impacting environment badly. So Maruti corrected it, and it shows that Maruti is an ethical company, and people in working in Maruti will be proud of this type of gesture, because those people have the feeling that okay, we are working for a company which is ethical and which is thinking about people also, not thinking about only profit, but it thinks about safety and welfare of people also. So this is what we mean by engineering ethics. And there are some factors which can be considered in engineering ethics, such as whistleblowing. If you know that your company is doing some unethical work, then you should make people or government aware about it. Then ensuring that client clients, your clients, contractors and others are following the legal guidelines. So your clients and client contractor and others should be compliant uh, with the law, and ensuring that is also the ethical practice and is duty of engineers. Then if someone offers you bribery or kickbacks, which also may include gift, meal, service and entertainment, etc., then you should deny it. This is accepting gift, meals, services or bribery is not an ethical practice. So you should deny this type of behavior. And while we are talking about engineering ethics, this is most debated topic: how to treat confidential or proprietary information. If you know that your client has shared some confidential information with you, then it will be your ethical duty to not disclose it to anyone, not disclose it to its competitor or your other clients or to anyone in general nature. If someone has disclosed their proprietary information, something that there is patented by them, then you should not disclose this information to others. Also, if this confidential information contains something that is harmful to other people, if you have confidential information that a company which is manufacturing a product and the product is not safe, even if this information is confidential and ethics says that confidential information should not be shared, but if this product is harmful to others, then you should share this information with government, because that is whistleblowing and it is also duty of engineers. So this is most debated topic on engineering ethics while treating confidential information, whether to share it or not. So do not share it if nothing is wrong, but if you find something fishy and something that can harm other people, then please go and tell the government. Even in your organization, when in future you will be part of some companies, if you find that your company is doing some illegal unethical practices, go to government and share the details with them, because ultimately your company is harming the other people and environment, and you should not be part of that. Then there will be society related issues of design. In previous we have discussed social issue, in which normally governments are concerned, but society related issues are somewhat different. It deals with normally culture and people in individual case. When we discuss social issues, we talk as a general a country or big group of people, while in society related issues, we normally uh, talk about the culture itself. So different cultures have different culture and different needs and lifestyles. So if you are, say, designing a product which is a very big success in India, and you want to launch the product in, say, America, so you should not assume that if the product has been successful in India, it will be successful in America as it is. You need to rethink the design, because Indian have different needs, have different cultures, and Americans have different needs, they have different cultures. So you need to rethink the design. You need to rethink the approach that you have taken while designing the product, because it is not necessary that same product will work there as well, because we have a culture of living together, helping each other, socializing more. So some product which works in India might not work in America. Then units is also this society related issue, because different society have different units. So while designing the product, should you be take all the measurement in meter or foot, Fahrenheit or Celsius? If you are designing a thermometer, the unit on thermometer should be displayed in Fahrenheit or it should be displayed in Celsius. So that again depends on the society where you want to sell the product. If you want to sell the product in India, then Celsius should be preferred. If you want to sell the product in America, then they use Fahrenheit. If you want to sell the product in UK, then they use Fahrenheit. So that depends on society. Then when you have some brand names that also need to be translated for different societies. For example, there was this car model Mazda Laputa. Now, this Mazda Laputa might mean something in Spanish, but for us, Laputa does not mean anything, and we cannot connect with Laputa. So while the company want to launch the car in India, they should think about rebranding it because Laputa is not something which we can relate to. So they should come with different brand name which we can easily relate to. For example, instead of Mazda Laputa, if they name it Mazda Vayu, then we can relate to Vayu. Okay, they are talking about this concept of speedy air, and we can see that okay, Vayu is related to speed, so this car is somewhat speedy. Or they can name it some other name like that we can relate to. They can name it, say, for example, take the brand name Maruti. We know that Maruti is the name of Hanuman and it shows strength. So we know that when Maruti has named his brand, we know that they are signifying the strength. So we can relate to those brands, those brand names. And what happens is sometimes many cultures might find this word offensive. For us, Laputa does not mean anything, but there might be some countries in which Laputa might be an inappropriate word which should not be taken in public, and those names should be avoided. Then the raw material of any product is available in nearby area or not is also should be considered while we are considering product design, because this also is a society related issue. There will be some material which is easily available in India, but in other countries this might not be the case. So we should think about that before designing, and we should change some materials of some part if necessary, if the raw materials are not available in those uh, distant countries. And we should also think about beliefs of locals, what locals think about the product. For example, if someone is planning to set up a meat factory because they are selling meat. So Gujarat is not very much suitable for meat factory. Why? Because most of Gujaratis are vegetarian and we do not even like the smell of meat, or we do not want to touch the meat. We don't want to see the meat. Even if we talk about our older people, they don't even want to discuss the meat. So, setting up a meat factory and finding local employers, local worker who will work for the factory is a difficult task. So, it should be avoided because we believe that meat is not good and killing animals is not good. Uh, while same can be said for an alcohol factory. Gujarat is a dry state, so most of the Gujaratis do not drink, and setting up a factory which manufactures alcohol is completely against our moral grounds. It is against our morals. So, alcohol factory should not be set up in Gujarat. This is somewhat common sense, but we should also keep in mind the beliefs of locals, what locals believe, because while it is common sense for us because we are talking about Gujarat, if we talk about some other places, then they have some different convictions, and for them it might not be that common. So you should study the environment where you want to sell your product, also where you want to manufacture your product, and you should take decisions regarding it. Okay, this will be it for today's lecture. See you in the next session.